Overland Expo, the big daddy of overlanding events. This year, for the first time, they held Overland Expo Pacific Northwest in Bend, Oregon, which is in my neck of the woods. I had 2 films in the film festival, so I was curious to see why everyone wanted to spend a weekend camped on top of each other just to see a bunch of gear. So, I trekked from Boise to Bend, embraced the ethos of the event, and decided to hunt down my favorite products and vendors at the expo. I started with a company that's local to Boise, but world-renowned for innovation in the off-roading world. So we're here at one of my favorite companies in the whole world for a number of reasons, Factor 55. So Factor 55, number one, they're based in Boise. So they're a hometown company that I think is doing amazing things out there in the off-road world. 2, they make the best products. They make the best recovery systems, and they try to do it all locally, which is so cool. Like, they have people that make things in Boise, which I love. And thirdly, they're one of my favorites because the guys are just awesome to talk to. They're so knowledgeable about off-roading, recovery, just you name it. Like, they really are experts in this space. And so whenever you come here, you wind up learning something new. I always wind up learning like how I'm doing it wrong.
Well, it comes on a winch, right? You get like the conventional winch hook. The thing with the conventional winch hook, the problem that you run into is this right here. These little safety clasps, or little lightweight sheet metal. So hooks were always designed for overhead lifting, right, where the load would be centered in the middle of the hook. So when it lifted, it couldn't transfer. They were never designed for pulling. So what happens when we wheel and we're off-roading, that you're dealing with tension and slack and tension and slack. And so the load can shift. These little latches can get bent, they can break off, and then you have an open exposed hook. And if you don't have that latch there and that's exposed and you get slack in your line, the hook can fall off. What we created was called closed system winching, right, in the form of using winch line shackle mounts. So they're billet machined out of USA made Geyser billet aluminum, and then we also use titanium double shear pins to attach the end of the rope. So let me show you what those look like. So we have a bunch of different varieties, from large XXL product lines. We even make them for UTVs and side-by-sides and standard size Jeeps as well. Now, when you go to use the product, one of the advantages, one of our favorite parts, right, this, like the flat link E, you're gonna take your shackle, because your shackle is going to interface with the pin end of the shackle to the end there. Now, one of the advantages of like our flat link E product is that you can actually take the shackle and run it through the body of that, so you have single shackle use right off there. So if you were attaching this to like the shackle on like a bumper, for instance, that's kind of the general basis of what closed system winching is all about. Now, from there, we expanded our entire product line into all innovative, patented, USA-made products. From our lines of fair leads to our full-size vehicle recovery kits. We make recovery kits for UTVs and side-by-sides all the way up to military 30,000-pound vehicles, and then also into all the synthetic rigging, soft shackles, toe straps, kinetic energy ropes. And one of the things that you'll find with every piece of synthetic rigging that we manufacture, everything has got an individual serial number and manufacturing dates for material lot traceability over the soft fibers, just like the raw aluminum that we machine our parts of. So that's what you get, the safety and reliability of USA-made recovery gear.
And where are you based?
Boise, Idaho. Factor 55, right? The precision engineering. So the Factor part comes from precision engineering. Precision engineering is coming down to the minute details of a product to produce the best possible outcome. So that's where the Factor part comes from. 55. Highway 55 starts in Boise and goes north through the entire state of Idaho. So it's not just USA made, it's Idaho made.
After hanging with Justin over at Factor 55, we checked out Trail Recon's Jeep 392, which I'm trying to convince Kate would be a good next rig. Then we came across one of my favorite overlanding gadgets, something Kate and I bought a few years ago and have used many times since, the Geyser shower system. So we're here at the Geyser shower booth at Overland Expo Pacific Northwest. And number one, this is like the best shower solution. Kate and I got one of these a couple years ago and we use it all the time. Number two, like, this is the guy. This is the guy who invented it. And you can come here and like talk to him about how he did it and what their plans are for other products. And it's so cool to just be here and meet the people behind these products that we use on the trail all the time. So this is the van that you were actually like living out of when you decided to build this thing?
Yeah, I quit my job, sold everything I owned, hopped across the pond in Australia. I fell in love with this troopy, and I was living in the back of this for a year, and I was smelling like a burning dumpster in the back of this because I just never could shower. And I was like, you know what? I need to find a way to make the most of every drop of water. Like, this is ridiculous. And that's something I know that we all like suffer and go through. So I've decided to share my passion for product design and making the most of every sacred drop of water, and just that transformative feeling that you get when you clean yourself off.
It's almost worth getting as dirty as we get because it feels so good after you take that shower.
Absolutely.
It's like no other feeling.
All you need is 2 liters of cold and then this just 1 liter of boiling water. And now you have a hot shower ready in as little as 2 minutes. And this is all the water that you need to shower 2 people. First, you put the water in here, in this side. And then we have the pump that operates like your heart. The more you need, the faster it's gonna pump. And then instead of a shower head that's spraying water everywhere, we disperse it directly on our body with a sponge. We have a smooth side and an exfoliating side. We have green for him, yellow for her, and the pink ones for the dishes. And it's pretty awesome. Like, all you gotta do is just turn the valve right here, and it can give you up to 15 minutes of wash time.
I'm a huge fan of Geyser. I think you can get a hot shower in like 90 seconds, and it's small enough to pack in a Jeep. So I don't know what more you could want. After meeting Jonathan at Geyser, I went hunting for another innovation in the overlanding space, which is kind of hard to come by these days. However, I did manage to find something that really caught my attention, an inflatable awning.
I'm Daylodge, my name's Russ. This particular awning right here I invented to be able to be wind resilient. There was nothing in the marketplace really that I could use, that I could set up and kind of forget about. I had heard about all the catastrophes from leaving stuff up overnight. So I took a well-proven manufacturing and materials technique in the kiteboarding world and put it into a different category for awnings. So as you can see, this is 100% inflatable. When the wind hits it, right, it literally just falls back into place. It deploys to most vehicles. It's got 2 different types of attachment points. So it uses 2 anchor points off of any factory rack, aftermarket racks, aluminous racks, to this one right here is a Vantech rack. Pretty much any SUV, CUV type vehicles, including vans to trucks. This morning I've got one going to a Rubicon, a Jeep Rubicon, one going to a 4Runner. So it's really versatile for lots of different types of vehicles, yeah.
While I love my current awning, it was great to see something new out there. Next, I sorted my way through the myriad of gear retailers until I happened upon another Boise-based company. All right, so we're here at another awesome company. It's called Talus Expedition Gear. They're based in Boise, so it's really cool to be at the expo and see all these local companies. Now, Talus does kind of custom-made kitchen arrangements, and they're a retailer for different kinds of overlanding products. So it's a place that's in Boise, not a ton of people know about, but they have like a presence in the overlanding world. So we're gonna take a second, and we're gonna talk to them right now.
Talus Expedition Gear, it's a shop in Boise, Idaho. Pretty much everything you see here and on the vehicle, right? We do it from ground up. So we do installs. We have a fab shop, so we do a lot of custom work, like this kitchen galley, fully made, in shop. And then we have a full showroom as well. So we have a lot of rooftop tents that people could climb in, check them out. We have awnings, all the gear. We're a big dealer for Omni ovens as well. Came up with the Overlanding kit, which is what we all carry in all of our vehicles. But it just comes with pretty much all the essentials that you would need and a hard case. So, as overlanders, space is very, very much needed, and so when you could just throw it in small little spots and you don't have to worry about your oven getting bent or any of that, it works out. A lot of people don't really know or haven't really heard of Talus, but we're right there in Treasure Valley, Boise, Idaho, and so it's just nice to be able to bring all the people that are from nearby areas, Oregon, Washington, come and check us out.
There's more than just gear at Expo. There are classes and everything you can think of, which was really cool to see. But one last company caught my eye. It's just hard for me to stay away from fancy knives. So we're here at Messermeister Knives, which is like high-end, precision manufactured cutlery for cooking. And say what you want about like overlanding being like a glorified cooking channel, because it's so nice to have great food when you're on the trail. And this is maybe a luxury item, but it's really, really cool. So we're gonna go check out Messermeister Knives.
So here we have our premium brand knives. These are the kitchen knives. These are the Overland Special. These are Italian made, really nice, feels great in your hand, looks great in your kitchen. A lot of women like this one because it's a smaller handle, feels really good. Push pull, they're double sided, so right hand, left hand, everything works perfectly. Comes with this Italian leather sheath. This one is a 6-piece set, which comes with everything you see here, including the chef's knife, fillet knife, utensil, and the peeler and parer. These are fantastic because you can just fold them out. They lock in place with this liner lock. They're perfect for just folding up. Safety reasons, you're not gonna lock yourself in or cut your hand. And they fold back into place just like so, back into your kit. Again, it comes with this cutting board as well, made of recycled materials. It comes in two colors. You got the micarta and the maple. My favorite is the maple. I think it's very classy, very smooth, fits nicely in your hand.
At the expo, I also got a chance to show 2 of my films, see some of my creator friends, participate in a live stream with all my favorite channels, and really plug into the community. The bottom line is, this event brings us all together from all over the country and all over the world to celebrate this thing we call overlanding. So we are just packing up and getting ready to leave this morning and drive back to Boise to return to our normal lives. And having spent the weekend here at Overland Expo Pacific Northwest, I kind of get it now. I get what it's all about. For me, it was about 3 things. It was about the community of like-minded people that come together to be together. It was about all of the manufacturers that are here to show you what they've created to help us be comfortable and safe out when we're exploring. And it's about, for me, the creator community who's kind of the liaison sometimes between those 2 worlds, coming together and being able to meet each other and support each other. And all of those things happened in the span of 2 days for me. I met so many people who knew about Venture to Roam, people who didn't know about Venture to Roam. Some of my favorite creators were here, and we got to hang out, even do a live stream with some of the people that I look up to. And so all of that to me makes it a really great experience. And I get it now. I get why people will come out and camp right next to each other in a field for a weekend, because they're not seeking the quiet and solitude of nature. They're seeking community. They're seeking each other. And that is pretty special. And this event, I think, it does it really well. There's so much to do. I think you can definitely have a rich and eventful time here at the Expo. So if this is something that you're into, I definitely recommend checking out one of the Overland Expo events. There's many all over the country. I know that we'll definitely be back to these. So for now, we're going to sign off, head back to Boise. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.